Usually when you see somebody on TV and then you see them in person, they really don't look the same. But these motherfuckers look the same, like exactly the same. It's like I was watching TV in real life. What's going on, everybody? It's the Granddad Wooly, and you are here again for another edition of Wooly Reviews. Place data. We got an event review today, and we're going to be going back in the WWE video to talk about their live action, in your face, not on TV, in the flesh. You there, they there. That's what it is. Aptly titled WWE Live. Now, like I said, WWE Live is their actual live event where you actually go buy tickets and you see the actual superstars and divas perform live right there in your face. Now, this is not like their televised shows like Raw or SmackDown or even the pay-per-views where they actually film it and it actually guides along with the storylines. This is what they like to call a house show, where it really doesn't tie along with any of the major storylines. It's more of just, you go there and they have actual nonstop action. They have match after match. Really no, big things are going to really happen here. It's just a live event to go see your favorite superstars perform. That's pretty much all it is. Now, they usually do these in smaller cities or like they're known cities, but not as big as like the Chicagos or the LAs or, the Atlantas. They usually go do like, smaller cities that still have a name. Like the one that I just went to was in Augusta, Georgia, which is about 2.5 hours away from where I'm at. But it's in very nice, sizable arenas, and you go there, and the production value is nice. It's not the same set that they use on the TV. It's a smaller, more condensed set, but it still looks really nice. And, you go there, and when you get to the place, they got, the concessions. You get your little collector's cups and whatnot. They got merchandise, mostly John Cena shit, but they got a lot of other stuff. Pretty much whoever's getting the push right now, they got their merchandise out there. It's pretty fucking expensive, so bring some extra cash if you plan on buying some shit. You're going to spend minimum $10 to $50 for an item, depending on what it is. But hey, you're there, you get it. If you want to do it, you got to do it, right? I ain't buying no fucking merchandise. I ain't got the money for that shit. I'm a broke rapper. But digressing. Now, about the actual event. The way it's structured is actually very nice and simple. It's about 2.5 hours long. And like I said, there's really no lag in time. So you get a good amount of matches. I'm going to run down the match card what they had there. Now, what I found out about the live events or the live show, house shows that they do, is they usually have two separate groups or batches of wrestlers going in different cities around simultaneously at the same time. So the same time that I was at the show in Augusta, they had another batch of wrestlers doing a similar show, I think in Fairfax, Virginia, but in separate cards, separate superstars. But that's kind of way, I guess, for them to cover more ground. And then, they'll meet back up when it's time to do the TV tapings for Raw and SmackDown, and when they have to do, the other shows that are televised for their network and whatnot. But these are the in-between shows that you go to when they're on smaller venues, of course. Now, the card that I went to had, I believe, let me go off the top of my head, they had Ryback and Curtis Axel, Fandango, the new Fandango, and Sin Cara, Cesaro versus R-Truth. They had a Divas 3-on-3 Divas tag team match. It was the Bellas and Paige versus Emma, Charlotte Flair from NXT, and Alicia Fox. They also had The Miz and Damian Mizdow versus The New Day, which is the new staple with Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Big E. But Kofi and Xavier are the ones who wrestled. Big E was on the side. And then I think that was it. I think that was pretty much the whole card. Oh, and of course, the main event. They had Seth Rollins versus John Cena. Now, that's pretty much a really good card. As you can see, they bring, pretty much their top stars, and, they bring them out. And then I guess on the other card, I'm pretty sure they had like Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt. They had the Usos there, Big Show. Pretty much everybody else who's, high profile in the company right now are at the other house show. But the one that I went to, production value wise, match time wise, was really good. Each match got a lot of time, probably about good 10-15 minutes per match. Gives you a good amount of time to figure out, what, the superstars are about if you've never, seen one. But the thing about the show is that if you follow wrestling, you kind of already know who's going to probably win what match or how things are going to go based off storylines or based off just the sheer fact of popularity factor, or that they're trying to build up a superstar's momentum, or if they're getting a push. So you can kind of tell some matches you really didn't know it was going here or there. You didn't know who was going to win, but some it was kind of obvious who was going to win. So you just had, go in with that mindset. Now, most of the people that go there, You know, you got the avid wrestling fans, you got the little kids, you got, you know, families and what like that. It's a pretty, you know, well-rounded mixed crowd, but everybody is very into the show, and, you know, the crowds are great. Then the superstars, they interact with the crowds. My favorite part was when they had the Miz and Mizdow. Mizdow was doing this thing with the stunt double thing. He actually played it well, and they actually, not just Mizdow, but all the superstars, they actually give it their all like they're doing actual Raw or SmackDown. You don't get a half-ass performance from the superstars. They give it their all, and that's very appreciative, and it's really good, and it's very enjoyable. Now, some things are mad obvious that they're not going to do at these live shows. Like, they had an Intercontinental title match between Luke Harper and Dolph Ziggler. Now, anyone with common sense that know the wrestling business know they're not going to drop a belt at a live house show, especially in fucking Augusta, Georgia. They're not going to do it. So, going into that, you knew that, you know, Ziggler wasn't going to win that title, but at the same time, you didn't know how the match was going to end, and it obviously ended in like a disqualification, and they had to keep that going where it made Ziggler look strong, kept Harper with the belt, and, you know, with the fact that they have to be at a pay-per-view like next week to do a ladder match, it wasn't going to happen. But it was an entertaining and a fun match, and I'd have to say all the matches were entertaining and fun to watch. The whole element of it, with this being my first live show going, I really enjoyed myself. They really, you know, put on a great show, and I think for it being a live show and me knowing what's going on, you know, as far as currently with the wrestling, I don't think I would go to another house show, but I would step up and go to an actual tape show like a Raw, SmackDown, or a pay-per-view if they have it, you know, in Atlanta anytime soon. I think that would be the next step to go, because I think that will be an even better and more, you know, liver and more energetic experience than the house show. But the actual live event house show is great. I have nothing really bad to say about it, except for the fact that, like I said, if you are an avid wrestling fan, you will kind of, you know, figure out what's going to happen. It's kind of like, you know, kind of obvious, but the action is great. You know, the crowds really get into it. The energy is fun, you know, and it's nonstop. It's really no filler. They give you some top quality stars. They bring out, you know, the real top stars. They don't give you any, you know, BS mid-carders or low-card people that you won't know. They really, you know, really cater to the fans, and for the most part, it's a great show. So I highly think you should check it out. If you're a WWE fan and you've never been to a live event, if a house show, you know, rolls around in a town near you or in your town, definitely go. And even better, if they have an actual, you know, TV show like a Raw or a SmackDown or even a pay-per-view, I suggest you go, because it is a great experience. It's fun to watch. You get into it, especially if you're a fan. Even if you're not a fan, you'll get into it, you know, but it's a great time for anybody who goes there, all right? So my final verdict, I'm not saying that WWE Live is a great, all-around, energetic, fun live experience to go see some of your favorite superstars and divas, even though if you follow the product, you kind of already know what's going to happen and how the things are going to turn out. All I'm saying is that for the price, which is very affordable, even, you know, if you get a good seat, it's around 50 to 90 bucks if you want to get up really close. But even if that, you get in the back, you just pay 17 to 30 bucks, but it's a good price. On top of that, they give you their all. You get top quality action. They don't half-ass it. And they will give you an experience, if you've never been there, that you won't forget, and you will want to go back and, you know, see more or go to a higher level up show. So this is a good entry show, I would say, and nothing more to say than you should go see it, especially if you're a wrestling fan. So for me personally, I'd have to say that WWE Live, the house show, is 100% Granddad approved. Go check it out if you're a wrestling fan. If they're in your town, go buy a ticket. You enjoy your time. You enjoy yourself. Bring some friends. Bring some people who enjoy watching wrestling with you. You guys will have a great time. And nothing more I have to say. WWE Live, house shows, the Granddad approved. Flip it. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and drop a comment. Tell me what you think of WWE Live if you've ever been to one of the house shows. If you haven't, like I said, if they come around your city anytime, buy a ticket, check it out, and let me know what you think. You know, video's going to be here forever, so, you know, no matter how long it takes, I don't care. Also, previous videos on the side as well as my single. Go ahead and check those out. Show them some love. And as always, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram. Links in the description below. And subscribe. Button on the screen, button below. Wooly Reviews, twice a week. That's what we're doing. I want to say thanks to all the people who are subscribing. My subscribers are going up and up every week. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the feedback. Let's keep it going. Tell more people about Wooly Reviews. Let's make this the hottest review show on YouTube. I want that. Let's do it. All right? So until next time, I take my leave. Granddad, WWE Live, I'm out of here.